you have #1 beside your name, you have a target on your back. And this top-ranked team in the land is going on the road against a squad that can make its season if it can pull off a major upset. Welcome to the home of the Tulane Green Wave, Human Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here's the handoff. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Lets it fly. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
Man, these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9.
Oh, he's got some space. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Here's the pressure. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
The Green Wave trying to move the chains on third and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They'll go to the ground. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Notre Dame facing a third and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Back to throw, it's Mayama. Flips it out on the screen.
Man, that is not the third down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a fourth down now.
The Irish send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Lewis. Breaks into the open. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Green Wave. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
He'll bring it out. It's Richardson. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Here come the Irish back on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Fires to the big fella. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Nice job by the tight end making the catch and playing physical. You're a big body guy, man. Make him feel that. Nice job breaking an extra tackle, getting some extra yards for his team.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. They'll give it on the counter. Shows him the stiff arm.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Moving out of the pocket. Throwing, looking right. He's got it on the outside. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
And that is a big-time play for the offense. The defense knew coming into this game they had to keep this guy bottled up and keep him in the pocket. That didn't happen there. He was able to buy time, extend the play. Receivers are in scramble drill mode. He finds a guy, he's accurate, off schedule, and the defense now has to do a much better job keeping this guy contained, or they are going to get lit up just like that.
Give to the back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, this offense didn't get off to the start they wanted, going 3 and out of the gate. But on the second drive, they're doing much better. They're finding a rhythm, and I think a big part of that is establishing the running game. And a really nice job on that last one, picking up the first down.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. Like, how are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get him some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the play.
Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And they move on top with the extra point, 7-6. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Rides the back on the option, the give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Tulane right back to the line. Going to swing it on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got it. Makes a move. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. Powers through. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. Had time. Spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. To the ground with the back. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. It's Gilbert. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Preston. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, And that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The give from the gun. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Under fire. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Pressure coming. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Snags a quick pass on the left. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get 1st downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Lewis. Hey, midfield, he's got room. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Looking downfield on first down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
That's caught. It's Lewis.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Working that left side now. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Greenway. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And a dangerous pass there, almost threw a pick in the end zone. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Barres. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He'll do it himself. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Richardson. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
Picks up 6. And first down for the offense.
They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Grabbed behind the line, it's Smith. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Gotta like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
To the air, it's Mayava. Grabbed in the middle, it's Gilbert. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. They'll give it to the back. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And the quarterback's by his lonesome on 2nd and inches. Looking to fire. Quarterback now breaking the field. Fires on the move. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Surging forward on the sneak. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Going for the big play. It's a big stride inside the 10. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. The lead now 5 here in the second. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. About to start here in the second half. Tulane will kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Richardson. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll open the second half on the ground. Got the first down and more. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Back open in the middle. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Under fire. Powers through the defender. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. The Irish needing just inches for the first down. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
There he goes. The tag. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They'll try to add another to their lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. They took it 68 yards on that drive, and the capper came on a 34-yard jaunt to the end zone. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Here comes the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. A strike downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Looking to throw on first down. He slings it deep to the left. Got it inside the tag. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tulane.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now for this defense moving forward.
Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Here come the Irish back on offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Dropping back, it's Mayava. Rushes on him. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
This dude will pick you apart if you give him time. You better get to him. You better make him feel uncomfortable. This defense did that. Nice job by the defense, hurrying the quarterback through his thought process.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on third down. Looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Spinderella. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Back to pass on second down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Oh, what a caught! They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Tulane with an opportunity on 1st and goal. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep. Touchdown, Green Wave! They take the lead with the 6. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open.
And that one is picked off in the end zone.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window, ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
Coming out with it, it's Richardson. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. To throw, it's Mayava. They get to him as he throws. Got him downfield. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
Looking to throw on first down. Hit as he throws. Complete to the left. Finds a crease at the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
2-point conversion attempt is on the way. He'll set up to throw. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Got it in the middle, it's Hayes. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Leaves it with the back. Shakes off the defender. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Looking to throw on third. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hayes. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? This Tulane offense has a great drive going. They'll run it from the gun. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Grab near the marker. It's Hayes. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. They're working that left side. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Caught in the backfield, it's Miller. Touchdown, Green Wave! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And at this stage of the game in the fourth quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
Incomplete on the two-point try. They tried to push this lead out to a field goal. They'll have to settle for holding a one-point lead. He'll bring it out. It's Perez. Slips through the line. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They've got the big fellas out there. A three tight end look on 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target, and then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
What a great job by the defense, forcing a 3 and out. Beautiful job in coverage there. This is going to set up a punt and get them the football back in great field position.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Turning it on. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the 1st down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Finds a tight end down the gut. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. Tulane looking to put one on the board from the red zone. Wants to throw on 1st down. Steps away to find some room. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play, giving up the sack.
Moving out to the right. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
The Green Wave in a world of hurt on 3rd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Just drives it between the uprights. They push the lead to 4 here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Very intriguing Big 12 matchup today, gentlemen. Here's a look at how it finished up. Texas Tech was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Graham Harrell and Mike... Crabtree used to deliver in that memorable 11-win season of 2008. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Now they'll run the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his...
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, that's not Lamar Jackson back there scrambling around. This is a guy the defense felt like if we can get him out of the pocket, flush him, we can get after him and chase him, bring him down. And they did that one pretty easy there, getting the sack.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Gotta have it here on 4th down. He's taking a deep shot. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football. 4th down, great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance to just run this clock and get out of here with a win.
The give as they work on that clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Just feeds the running back. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Tulane comes to the line needing less than a yard on 3rd down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him short. He does not pick up the first down.
Man, I like the call. 3rd and inches, I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
You know, I think as a play caller, that just makes you second-guess everything. You'd love to think you can just dial up QB sneak to pick up that first down. Now, you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going.
Man, you really want your offense to be great when it matters most, and it mattered most right now. 4th down. late in the ball game, one possession game. I get the first, and I got a good chance of running this clock out. Nice job by the offense in a critical moment.
What a game. We had a furious fight all the way to the final ticks, and that one is going to be remembered forever.
And I think when you're the #1 team in the country, you're coming in expecting to win. You're the favorites. Everybody's talking about you. You have all the momentum. You're the loved college football team in all of the land. To come in today, they played a competitive game, Jesse, but that's an inferior opponent they just lost to.
That's true. They've got to be more consistent moving forward as the #1 team. And we saw flashes today of why they were the #1 ranked team. We know they've got talent, but you got to start fast. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. You can't have penalties. You can't turn the ball over. You can't have the lapses in concentration. We saw today that led to them